friends, Shay here. So I'm here to do my first quarter 2021 manga haul. It's madness, just know that right now. And I'm going to start this video very quickly with the things that were gifted to me from subscribers or friends or whatever. And then I'm going to get into the things that Viz kindly sent me. They sent me 2 big boxes. I have unboxed them separately on this channel, but I will go ahead and quickly go through the things I got from them. But first, I want to talk about the generous things sent to me by other humans. First things first, the amazing Marg over at Marg Reads Manga sent me 4 Japanese volumes from one of my favorite mangaka, which is Akiko Higashimura. This is a series that we don't have in English yet, obviously. I cannot wait till somebody picks this up because it's stunning. Look at it. I believe it's supposed to be like Winter Tiger or Snow Tiger on the translated title. I know she left me this gorgeous long note. I don't remember where I put it with all of the things. I probably scrapbooked it because I do that. But anyways, Marg, you are a generous human. Thank you so much for these. I cannot wait to work on my Japanese and learn a little more about this series and hopefully read it. Maybe I'll do a video on that whole journey. We'll see. Then I have the generous Tiffany who sent me volumes 8 and 9 of LDK. Thank you so much, girl. I'm so excited to continue on in this series because it's one of my favorites, but I'm really bad at remembering to put this in like my to collect pile, like with where I'm at. So what volumes I need to pick up. I'm like 5 or 6 behind at this point. So I'm still trying to play catch up with this one. And then last but not least, from my girl, Ashley, we've got Beyond the Clouds, volume 3. This is Ashley Robinson who sent it, by the way. I love this series so much. It is so precious to me. It's like Final Fantasy meets Ghibli kind of a thing. It's so brilliant. I love it so much. So thank you again to the amazing Ashley for sending this my way. All right, first up from Viz, they sent me this really cute How to Draw Star Wars book. I'm passing this on to my nephew. He has really great art skills and he loves Star Wars. But like it's very simple, very cute. So I hope this will help him on his artistic journey and I'm very excited to send that on to him. Another one I'm actually going to be sending on, but I wanted to mention, was volume 12 of the Full Metal editions of Full Metal Alchemist. So I'm going to send this on to my younger brother because he's collecting this edition. I collected all of the 3-in-1s, so I want to send this on to him so it actually gets some good use rather than just sitting here on my shelves. Next on the list, I have volume 6 and volume 7 of An Incurable Case of Love. This finishes in the first, this one comes out the first week of April. I loved how this series wrapped up. It was so good to me. I just love it. So yes, as always, thank you to Viz for their generosity because they were very generous to me this quarter. They also sent me volume 6 of Love Me, Love Me Not. Y'all know I love this series so much. They also sent me volume 4 of Fly Me to the Moon. Really, really love this series a whole stinking ton. Then they sent me volume 1 of Call of the Night. This comes out again early April. Really enjoyed it. It's about a teenage boy who is drawn to the night and the vampire girl that he meets and he wants to become a vampire. It's just really kind of fun. I really enjoy it. And then I've got volume 10 and volume 11 of Daytime Shooting Star. I've read both of these. I have lots of feelings. I'm saving my feelings until I get to the end. Once I read volume 12, which comes out sometime in the next quarter, it's coming out soon, I will tell you guys my full thoughts, but I put this one in a corner, so we'll just say that. Next I have Komi Can't Communicate, volume 11. Y'all know I love Komi so much. Love this series. And then my precious Yona of the Dawn, volume 28. This volume is stunning for 1, and for 2, I just love Yona so much. Then they sent me volume 11 of Shortcake Cake, another series that I really just love and adore. This one has 1 more volume coming out as well. And Sue Morishita is like a new favorite mangaka. We'll talk more about Sue Morishita later. And then I've got volume 11 and volume 12 of Snow White with the Red Hair. They kindly sent me volume 12 twice, so I'm putting it in a random box giveaway for when I hit 5K. But yes, anyways, very, very much in love with this series and cannot wait to read volume 13 when I get it. And they also sent me the next 2 volumes I needed for my Haikyuu collection, which is volume 42 and volume 43. Y'all know that I'm a diehard Haikyuu fan. I love this series. It is the longest series on my shelf to date, and I love it. Next, we have volume 16 of Takane and Hana. This is an age gap romance, one of my favorites. It's more comedy than dramatic, and I love it for that. Next, we have Ruby, the official manga volume 2. I know volume 3 is coming out later this year as well, and I really enjoyed my time with the series a whole lot. And then I've got Beast Complex volume 1. This is a short story collection taking place in the world of Beastars. They also sent me volume 10 and volume 11 of Beastars. I love what's happening in the series right here. Like, these 2 volumes were so good. Like, I can't even, and like, I'm fanning myself with these mangas. It's so good, guys. Like, seriously, if you've been sleeping on Beastars, like, you need to change that, and you need to change it soon because it's amazing. At the very least, try the anime on Netflix. It's really pretty good. So, and it's really pretty spot on for what happens in the manga. So you're not going to like lose details. So anyways, love the series a whole lot. It's good. Then I've got Maison Ikoku Volume 3. They were kind enough to send me these beautiful collector's editions. They sent me Volume 1 as well in a previous quarter, but I love this series. And then they sent me the conclusion to Mermaid Saga. Again, another Rumiko Takahashi series that I really enjoyed. This actually is more horror, which surprised me that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, so I got an early e-arc of it, and I ended up really enjoying it, and Viz was kind enough to send me this final volume, so thank you again to Viz and your amazing generosity. Now we'll move on to the things that I paid my own money for. Alrighty, we changed the angle because I shifted to the floor because there's so much. I've got so many stacks, it's crazy. But real quick, there were a couple more that Viz sent me that had gotten lost in the stack. So I have Queen's Quality Volume 11, which I need to get caught up on collecting this so I can actually read it. So they also sent me My Hero Academia Team Up Missions Volume 1. I do think I'm going to send this on to the same brother with the Full Metal Alchemist volume once I read it real quick, just because I want to get a flavor for it since it's a spin-off series. He does love MHA a lot. And then there was also Spy Family Volume 4, which I love this series a whole lot. And I'm grateful that they send me as much as they do. Like, I am super blessed. All right, so let's keep going kind of on this same vein. We are going to start with my Viz stack since we've been talking about Viz already, and then we'll move on to other publishers. So real quick here, I'm pretty sure Volume 5 is also buried here, but I have Volume 3 and Volume 4 of Kimi ni Todoke. I do also have Volume 5 somewhere in this stack. I'm not sure where it's hiding, but anyways, when we come across it, you'll see it. But I'm hoping to collect a bunch of this series because I really do love and adore it, and I'm afraid it's going to go out of print soon because it's been out for a while and been finished for a while. So I'm hoping to get my hands on those. Then I have Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4 of Queen's Quality. So I am working on my collection of it, but I'm only up to Volume 4. I got to catch up to Volume 11. Alrighty, then I picked up Loveless. I found this at a Barnes & Noble, not so near me, but close enough that I was able to go. And on one of my Barnes & Noble manga hunt trips, I will leave one of those linked in the corner for you. And it was a really good time. I'm really excited to get this read. Next, we have The King's Beast Volume 1. I'm such a diehard for this series already. I cannot wait for Volume 2 to come out soon. Next, I have Maison Ikoku Volume 2. I really enjoy this series. Rumiko Takahashi is swiftly becoming one of my favorite mangaka, and I cannot wait to read more from them. Next, I have Blue Flag Volume 6. Y'all know I love this series so very much. It is very precious to me. This particular volume was gut-wrenching right at the end. That cliffhanger was so hard for me. But I am really looking forward. The series will conclude, I believe, within the next quarter. So you guys will be knowing all of my thoughts on the whole series very soon. Next, I have Revolutionary Girl Utena After the Revolution. I have ordered the box set for this so I can read them all together. But yeah, it got delayed like 3 weeks, so I'm really kind of sad. But anyways, it'll be a reading experiment. I'm sure I'll vlog it. And you guys will hear my thoughts soon, but I did go ahead and pick up this volume. Here it is. Here's Volume 5 of Kimi ni Todoke. Next we have Fly Me to the Moon Volume 3. And as you guys know, I just really love and adore this series. It's so sweet. It's so fun. It's the best. Then I also have Komi Volume 10. And Volume 12 comes out next month. I just continue to really love and adore this series. Komi's great as a character. I love this new friend that she's made in this volume because it adds a different dynamic to the series from here. So I'm really interested to see how this next part is going to play out. Next, I have Prince Freya Volume 4. Y'all know me in this series. It's a mood, it's a moment. I get everybody to read it. It's so good. If you like political fantasies, definitely pick this one up. And he's my king. Just so you know. And then I've got a couple of used volumes here. I've got Volume 2 and Volume 3 of Full Moon. I'm hoping to do a try 3 with these soon. I just need to borrow Volume 1 from someone. And same with Stepping on Roses. These are ones that friends of mine have really loved and adored, and I just need to track down Volume 1 so I can give them a try for you guys and let you know my thoughts. All right, next up we have the first 3 volumes of A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. People keep recommending this series to me, and it's just time. So a try 3 will be coming your way very, very soon with A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. And then last but definitely not least for the Viz stack is Spy Family Volume 3. I keep telling you guys, I love this series. I love this series a whole lot. Definitely try it if you haven't. All right, let's move on to the Yen Press stack. It is surprisingly tall this time, so we'll go into that one. So first up here, I've got Horimiya Volume 7. I've been slowly collecting this series. With the anime out now, it's harder to find volumes, so I'm hoping I can find the rest that I need very, very soon, but I do have Volume 7 to hopefully read soon. Then I've got Carol and Tuesday Volume 1. Volume 2. I was gifted Volume 1, really enjoyed it. After watching the anime, I've decided I do want to collect the entire manga, so I am very excited to read Volume 2 soon. Next we have Kaiju Girl Caramelized Volume 4. This one just came out, but I was so happy to snag it. I love this series a whole lot. I hope we get more Spica Aoki soon because I really love their art style. Next I've got some brand new Volume 1s out from Yen Press. So we have Love of Kill Volume 1. This is supposed to be kind of a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of situation. Really interested to see how this is going to go down. Then we've got Love and Heart, which seems kind of sinister, and it involves college students. So I'm really interested to see where that's going to go. And then I picked up Can't Stop Cursing You just because I am super intrigued. I'm afraid it's going to be too much for me and my baby self, but we're gonna try it anyway, and if I don't like it, I definitely have people I can send it to. And then I've got I Cannot Reach You Volume 1. This is a new, obviously high school age BL, childhood best friends kind of situation, so I'm really interested to try this one out. Then we've got Volume 12 of the lovely Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Y'all know I love this series with so much of my being. It's fantastic. And then in this quarter, I picked up Volume 2 and Volume 3 of Fiancé of the Wizard. I just recently grabbed Volume 3, so I've not read this yet, but I read Volume 2, and I really like the direction of it. It's only a 4-volume series, so I'm really interested where it's going to go in this 3rd volume to wrap up in a 4th volume. So there's a lot of ways that could go. I'm intrigued by all of them. And then we've got Strawberry Fields Once Again, Volume 1. This is a really cute Yuri, and it's only going to be 3 volumes long. So it has a time travel element to it. I have a whole vlog where I read a bunch of the LGBT stuff, especially the Yuris, so I will leave that linked in the corner for you. And then I've got Volume 1 and Volume 2 of The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions. I have read Volume 1 and really enjoyed it, so I picked up Volume 2 just recently. It's kind of bonkers, but I love it anyway, and it's amazing. Like in this one, we have a guy named Albert who was made into a vampire, but not fully. So he doesn't have fangs, so it's really hard for him to eat. So he was hanging out kind of at like a meat packing plant and just drinking the blood from the animals. He ends up flash frozen in one of the cows and ends up transported to Japan. And people find him there. And when he transforms out of his bat shape, he's naked and things, and so it's shenanigans galore, but it's a lot of fun. Then I've got The White Cat's Revenge as plotted from the Dragon King's lap. I read Volume 1 early in this quarter and I really loved it, so I'm really excited for Volume 2. And then I have Volume 4 and Volume 5 of Phantom Tales of the Night. I've read Volume 4, really enjoyed it. Recently picked up Volume 5, just haven't read it yet, but very excited to. And then I've got Golden Japanesque Volume 1. Really, it's an interesting series. It has some things that make me a little nervous in it, but I'm really interested to see where the series is going to go from this first volume. I don't know if it was kind of a shock factor start to the story kind of situation, so we'll see how this plays out. And then I've got Mama Akuma Volume 1, Mint Chocolate Volume 1, and Dear Nomen Volume 1. So all 3 of these I did a reading vlog for for my VIP members. So if you're interested in becoming a VIP for access to videos like this, you can definitely check out information down below and see what you think of exclusive VIP content. It's a lot of journaling content right now, but I do have lots of plans for videos kind of like this one was for my VIPs. All right, from there, let's actually move on to 7 Seas because I'm surprised at the size of that stack. All right, so first up here we have Wonder Cat Q-chan, Volume 1, and it just looks like silly cat comics. And y'all know me and cat comics. Like, it's a thing. It's a thing with me, and I just live for it. And then I also picked up What the Font. This is a font-inspired, like, light novel manga mix kind of situation. So I am really excited because I have a mom who's very specific and almost anal about font usage. So I am really interested to see how this goes down. And if it's any good, I might convince her to read it. And then I also picked up Volume 2 of We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and that's when things got weird. This is a really kind of taboo age gap situation, but we also have a reincarnation aspect to it. So it's really interesting. Next I have Wizards Blue Volume 2. I love anything in the Ancient Magus Bride world, and I'm really excited to read this. And then I picked up Kageki Shoujo. We got news that the rest of the series is going to be coming to 7 Seas, so I wanted to get this. I picked up Cutie and the Beast Volume 2. Y'all know my love of this series. I've gotten so many people to read this series, and I have no regrets about it. I love it so much. Then I've got a White Rose in Bloom Volume 1. This is from the same creator as Classmates, but it's Yuri. And I actually really like the dynamic of this. I'm really interested to see how it is moving forward. It's a private school, all-girls school kind of situation. So yes, I am intrigued. And then I've got Donuts Under a Crescent Moon Volume 1. This is probably one of my favorite Yuris I've picked up recently. It's an office lady romance, and it's fantastic. They're coworkers, and I just love it. I also have Even Though We're Adults Volume 1, though I will be sending this volume on. It didn't quite agree with me. It was a little too messy for my taste, but I know there are people out there who will love it, so I've got a couple friends I'm going to reach out to before I just take it to like a used bookstore kind of situation. Another of the Yuris recently that I've loved is Days of Love at Seagull Villa. This is so cute and so precious. It's in that LGBT vlog I mentioned before. Then I picked up 3 volumes of a new Yuri to do a try-through with, and that is Our Teachers Are Dating, and I'm not going to show you Volume 3 because that is a little too PG-13 for most of my viewership. So yes, like, I love the idea of this, and basically these ladies are naked on the cover of Volume 3. So I have feelings. We'll see how this goes. All right. Then I've got My Senpai is Annoying Volume 4. I love this series. It is full color. So if you're used to reading comics and you're looking for kind of a rom-com, this would be a great one to pick up and try, though it is on the pricier side because it is color and oversized like this. But I do recommend this series. It's one of my favorites. Then I've got Transparent Light Blue. This is technically 2 short stories. They're both Yuri, and there's an ear cleaning thing going on with the primary story. It's interesting. I have feelings about this. In my Spring into Manga Love vlog, I think it is, or just my Manga Love reading vlog in February, I read this one. So if you want my thoughts, you can check that out. All right. Then I've got Volume 2 of Jack Flash and the Fairy Case Files. I've read this, really enjoyed it. The direction of this series is really interesting to me, so I'm very much looking forward to continuing on. Then I've found the first 3 volumes at my local used bookstore, and that is Amazing Agent Luna. I've had friends that talk about this series before, so I'm really intrigued to give it a try. What's it gonna hurt, right? That's what those try-threes are for me. All right, now we are on to the Kodansha / Vertical stack. They're technically under the same umbrella, so I'm going to put them in the same stack from here on out. And then I have kind of a hodgepodge after this. All right, so I've got Volume 2 and Volume 3 of With a Dog and a Cat, Every Day is Fun by Hidekichi Matsumoto. This is basically like the everyday shenanigans of this mangaka and their dog and their cat. So it's just fun. If you like pet shenanigans, these are great. Then I picked up Don't Toy With Me and It's Nagatoro Volume 4. This is one that I've been taking volume by volume because I have mixed feelings kind of throughout, so I want to try one more volume to see how I feel before I know whether I'm going to keep going or drop the series. Next I have Haru's Curse. I really love Haru's Curse. It's a really solid josei series in which we're dealing with grief and loss and death of a loved one. And this guy Togo was in an arranged marriage with Natsumi's sister, Haru. And so after Haru's passing, he comes up to Natsumi and says, hey, our parents arranged this marriage situation. There's no reason it should dissolve. Why don't you and I give it a go? And she says, I will under one condition, as long as you take me where you took my sister. And it's just their story of dealing with their grief over Haru. And it trigger warnings for like suicide and tough things, and obviously grief and loss. But it's beautiful. I highly recommend it. Then I've got Drifting Dragons Volume 4. I did a try 3 for the first 3, and I was intrigued enough to continue at least one more, so I've got this one. Then I picked up To Your Eternity Volume 13. I love this series, but I'm really like, I kind of want to wait till I have a couple volumes before I start this next arc, and because it could be a while. So I think I want to read a couple at a time, so I'll collect 2 or 3 before I read them, but Fushi's starting on a new journey, and I'm excited to see what happens. Then I've got Witch Hat Atelier Volume 7. Y'all know how I feel about Witch Hat. I don't need to reiterate it here again. Then I've got Magus of the Library Volume 4. I loved this volume. We get to see Theo doing his best, and we love to see it. I also picked up Perfect World Volume 5. I'm just collecting these as they come out because I read them all digitally and really enjoyed it. This was really the point in the series where I knew this series was something special. So if you gave up after the first volume, I would give it the first 3 volumes. And if you're not on board at that point, I highly recommend dropping it at that point. But I think the first 3 volumes are a really good test with this. And I picked up Chobits, the Collector's Edition Volume 3, which is a lot of fun. And I really liked this series. This contains volumes 5 and 6, and there will be one more of these. So anyways, I really enjoy these. These are nice and sturdy. I had borrowed the original copies from a friend, so I knew what I was getting into before I bought these collector's editions, so I know that I like it. Then I have A Sign of Affection Volume 1. I am a Sue Morishita stan. As I said earlier in the haul, I knew we'd be talking about Sue Morishita again. This series is everything to me. We have a deaf heroine. They're college age. He's adept at languages, but is starting to learn sign to get to know her better. Like, I thrive on their dynamic. They are so cute. Then I have Waiting for Spring Volume 14, which is the last volume. So it does contain the part 2 of the final chapter, but we also have a lot of short stories and things like that. So I love this series. I plan on doing a reread of the entire series and doing a full series review for you guys. So expect that coming relatively soon. Then I've got Those Not So Sweet Boys Volume 1. I love and adore this series, and I love this mangaka. I love that we're getting more Yoko Nogiri. This is the same mangaka that did That Wolf Boy Is Mine and Love and Focus, so the more we get, and this one is the longest series we've seen from them yet. This is 5 volumes deep in Japan and still ongoing, where the other ones are 3 and 4 volumes, so this is her longest to date, so I am really excited. Then we have the amazingness that is Something's Wrong With Us Volume 5. Natsumi Ando is amazing. I don't understand how they can go from something like Let's Dance a Waltz to Something's Wrong With Us. They are completely different pieces of manga, and I love this. This is like 14 volumes in Japan and still ongoing, so it's a ride, y'all. It's fun. Then I have Sweat and Soap Volume 5. Again, I don't need to explain myself here. If you've been on my channel anytime at all, you know that I love this seinen series. It is amazing. Highly recommend. And then last for the Kodansha stack is Volume 7 of Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm really enjoying collecting these big, beautiful hardbacks, and I'm really enjoying my read of the series, so highly recommend checking it out if you haven't. The next biggest stack I have is my Square Enix stack, surprisingly. So I am really excited to talk about these. So I've got the first 2 volumes of the Apothecary Diaries. I love this series so much. I cannot wait till I get Volume 3. Like, I need it all. I need it all now, and I love the art style. I love the politics. This is amazing. Like, I just love it. If you haven't been sitting on that one, shame on you. All right, this is a brand new one that I just picked up, and that is Beauty and the Feast, Volume 1. I don't know if this is supposed to turn into like some sort of like taboo age gap romance kind of thing, but this neighbor lady feeds, I'm just going to read the back to you on this one. It says, when her husband passed away, Yakumo lost her appetite for life and with it her love of cooking. But her neighbor Shohei Yamato brings an end to Shuko's solitary existence. A high school baseball player living on his own, Shohei has a seemingly bottomless stomach, and this presents a challenge that Shuko is only too happy to accept. As her days begin to revolve around her secret hobby of feeding Shohei, will Shoko rediscover the happiness life has to offer? So it could be really cute. It could be taboo. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. Then I've got My Dress Up Darling Volume 3. Again, this is a cosplay manga, a little bit on the darker side, and we're dealing with high schoolers. You are going to have some fan service in this, so if you're going in expecting not to see it, you will be disappointed. But I have decided to continue on with the series. I'm really enjoying my time with it. Then I also have A Man and His Cat Volume 3. Again, another series that I love and adore. I have feelings about who Mr. Kondo will end up with later, but I love his relationship with Fukumaru. They're adorable. Next up is my Tokyo Pop stack. So I've got Volume 3 of Deep Scar, which I do still need to read, but I'm really excited to continue on. This is a darker shoujo series, and I'm just really excited to see how it goes. Then I picked up The Cat Proposed, which is, it looks like a super cute BL that's just the one volume. So I'm really excited to give this one a read. And another BL one volume series that I read was The God and the Flightless Messenger. And I loved and adored this. This is so sweet. If you're interested, definitely pick it up. All right, real quick, I'm going to do my Denpa volumes because it's just one series. I have Volume 2 and Volume 3 of Pleasure and Corruption. I don't need to say anything more about this series, but just know that for whatever reason, I'm thriving on it. Say what you will about me with that, but all right. So I've got 3 more volumes and then we'll wrap this up. It's already forever long, I'm sorry. So I have Given Volume 1, which is really good, but I might switch to a digital collect on this one because it is a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm still deciding. I might collect it physically. I think I need to just reread it briefly to see how I really feel. And then I've got Volume 2 of Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles. This is all about a girl who loves ramen noodles and her adventures going around the city, and some classmates that end up following her and joining her on her ramen adventures. It's a lot of fun. It makes me hungry every time I read it. And then last but not least is the most bizarre thing in this whole haul, and that is The Frog Princess. From Visionary Comics. This is my first thing I've read by them, but it felt like reading a Harlequin novel where it's just candy, you eat it up, you giggle, you realize it's ridiculous, and you move on. But if you can get this at your library or whatever, I highly recommend checking it out because it was a lot of fun. So, with that said, that is my haul. It was massive, and I have no regrets. Maybe a little bit. But I'm hoping really to scale back quite a bit in the next quarter. I know I say that every time I film a haul, but this time I actually mean it. I'm starting to run low on funds. So there's a good chance my haul next quarter will be much smaller. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.